Coming to you live, this is KTVO News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Alex Wilson. A Kirksville man has died after a morning accident. According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol crash report, 63-year-old Charles Pratt of Kirksville was traveling southbound on Missouri 157 just 3 miles west of Kirksville when he ran off the right side of the road and crossed a gravel roadway. The vehicle struck a road sign and a tree before coming to a rest. Pratt was taken to Northeast Regional Medical Center where he was pronounced dead. Remember the halftime show at the Iowa-Stanford Rose Bowl game? Senator Mark Shelgren sure does. He proposed a bill for state universities in Iowa to ban any collaboration with Stanford. The band went into a dancing cow and a frowning farmer formation that was meant to poke fun at Iowans. Stanford's band is known for getting in trouble with universities. Senator Shelgren explains his reasoning for the bill.
The bill was actually written predominantly to be a statement to Stanford that their behavior is unacceptable. I believe that I teach my children that when it comes to non-professional athletes, we don't boo kids.
The ban would only last as long as it takes for Stanford to apologize. It's time now to get a first check of your Storm Team 3 forecast. Meteorologist Vanessa Alonso joins us now, and it was a little bit warmer today.
It was warmer, Alex, but I hope you have the snow boots ready because we have a little bit of snow that's coming our way, along with bitterly cold temperatures overnight tonight, though by midnight 32 degrees, by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning 22, and by noontime 23 degrees. Alex?
Smartphones have become part of our everyday lives, even for young kids. Do you know what your kids are up to on their cell phones? KTVO's Katie Gilhooly investigates the issue.
Reading, writing, and arithmetic, the basic knowledge of every 10-year-old. But for this generation, you better add mastering your own smartphone. The average kid receives his or her first cell phone at age 10, and that makes them an easy target for dangerous situations. With this early access of the cyber world, parents should be mindful of what their kids are getting into online, and it all starts with knowing.
There are a couple that just allow people to go on and post anonymous questions or anonymous messages, and some of the teens and some of the children that are on that, typically that's going to be adult conversations, and it's pretty easy for the kids and the teens to get sucked into those.
Kirksville Police Detective Steve Feeney says he sees kids and teens getting themselves into dangerous situations on their phones by using apps that allow them to connect with other people anonymously. And for two Kirksville moms, the potential dangers of social media apps are something they experience on a daily basis.
Our main concern over the years have been social media sites, sites where children can network with other peers or someone who might appear to be another peer and who potentially isn't. That's always been our concern.
Like Angela and really any other parent, it's not your own child you are afraid of. Stacy Moots is also a mother of 3, and her main concern is the contacts her daughters make through social media. The people she doesn't know and the ones her child doesn't know either.
My daughter, we went through at the beginning of the school year and said, we're going to wipe out all these people. If you aren't able to talk to them and you're not saying hi to these people, then they're not your friend on social media and they're not your friend in person. You don't know them.
So how do you keep your kids safe on their phones? In a matter of seconds, I've taken a picture and sent it to hundreds of people on Snapchat that have my username. It's that easy. According to Detective Feeney, kids should understand what each press of a button can do. Angela and Stacy agree that it's all about communication.
I think it's also important to talk to kids about the fact that anything that you put out there on social media, it never goes away.
My daughter and I kind of are working through a little acronym, to be honest, that kind of goes along with POST. And is it positive? Is it obviously offensive to someone? Is it self-respecting? And is it true? And if it answers all those things in a positive way, go ahead and post it.
So, whether you're face-to-face or logged onto Facebook, the key to keeping it safe is always communication. For KTVO News, I'm Katie Gilhooly reporting.
Today was one of the biggest days of the year for sports fans, but what makes them tick? One psychologist thinks he has the answer. KTVO's Scott Braswell has more.
For football fans, there's nothing bigger than Super Bowl Sunday. The game is one of the most watched events in the entire world. This year saw the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers playing in the big game. Kansas State psychologist Donald Saucier says cheering for sports teams can provide us with a sense of togetherness.
There are other people who root for the same team as me, and what that means is I've established myself as a member of a social group. So when I see someone wearing the same team gear, rooting for the same team, it means you share an experience with me. We have a topic of conversation that we can talk about if I'm sitting next to you on a plane and you're wearing that gear.
While the game is responsible for crowning the NFL's world champion, it's how fans deal with their respective team winning or losing that links us in the world of psychology.
So I can do what we call by basking in reflected glory. So K-State wins a football game, I can say we won. I didn't throw any touchdown passes, I didn't make any tackles, but we won. Interestingly, because I'm not really involved in it, when they lose, I can distance myself from reflected failure.
Saucier says studies have shown that after a win, fans are more likely to wear their favorite team's apparel. When their team loses, fans aren't likely to wear their favorite player's jersey to work the next day. Scott Braswell, KTVO News.
Coming up next on KTVO News at 10, a play spelled with a comma, the meaning behind the title and why long rehearsals were worth it.